Hey everyone, and welcome back to our latest episode of Taiwan Explorers. I'm your host, Alex, and as always, I'm joined by the incredibly adventurous and always hungry Sophia. How are you doing today, Sophia?
Honestly, Alex, I am doing amazing. But you're right about one thing, I am absolutely starving. Just thinking about today's topic has my stomach growling. We are heading to the Garden of Taiwan, the crown jewel of the East Coast. Hualien.
Hualien. Man, I love that place. There's something about the air there, right? As soon as you step off the train at Hualien Station, you just feel this. I don't know, this weight lifting off your shoulders. It's so much more relaxed than Taipei.
It really is. It's that combination of the towering mountains on one side and the endless blue of the Pacific Ocean on the other. It's a literal breath of fresh air. And for our listeners who are learning English or just visiting Taiwan, Hualien is the ultimate destination for nature and culture. But before we dive into the deep end quite literally, because we're talking about river tracing later, let's talk about the big one, the landmark that puts Hualien on the global map.
You talking about Taroko National Park, of course. Taroko, or太鲁阁. I mean, honestly, if you come to Taiwan and don't go to Taroko, did you even come to Taiwan?
Exactly. It's famous for those massive marble canyons. And marble is a good vocabulary word for our listeners. It's a type of hard stone that's often used in statues or expensive floors. But here, it's just the whole mountain. Alex, what was your favorite part of the park?
Well, I mean, the Swallow Grotto Yanziko, Ezid, just breathtaking. You're walking along this path carved into the side of a cliff, and you look across the Liwu River, and there are these tiny holes in the rock where swallows nest. It shows the workmanship of nature. We actually have a Chinese idiom for that, 鬼斧神工, 鬼斧神工. In English, we might say it's supernatural craftsmanship or nature's masterpiece.
I love that. And don't forget the Tunnel of Nine Turns, Jochu Don, and the Eternal Spring Shrine, Charntrenser. The shrine is so iconic with the waterfall flowing right through it. It's very Instagrammable, as the kids say. But honestly, it's also a place of respect, built to honor the workers who built the Central Cross Island Highway. It's a mix of beauty and history.
Speaking of beauty, if you head back toward the coast, you hit Tan. Now, Sophia, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it weird that it's called a Lake Tan when it's clearly a bay of the ocean?
You noticed. Yeah, tan usually means lake, but Tan is a crescent-shaped bay. Crescent means a curved shape, like a half moon. And instead of sand, the beach is covered in these smooth, round pebbles, cobblestones.
Pro tip for our listeners: don't take the stones home. It's illegal and bad for the environment. Just sit there. Listen to the sound of the waves pulling the stones back into the sea. It sounds like thousands of tiny marbles clinking together. It's so therapeutic.
And if you're there, you should check out the Chising Tan Katsuo Museum nearby. Katsuo, or chayu, is dried bonito fish. It's a big part of the local fishing history. You can learn how they process the fish and even try some snacks.
Well, if we're talking about views, we can't skip the Qingshui Cliff,清水断崖. It's one of the 8 wonders of Taiwan. You've got these massive cliffs that drop vertically straight down into the sea. The water there is this incredible shade of electric blue.
It really is stunning, but Hualien isn't just about rocks and water. Recently, there's been a lot of new old spots popping up, like the General's Mansion 1936, Jiangguanfu 1936. It just reopened. It's a cluster of old Japanese-style houses that were originally built for high-ranking military officers during the Japanese colonial period.
Oh, I've seen photos. It has that nostalgic vibe. Nostalgic means something that makes you feel a sentimental longing for the past. It's a great place for a slow stroll, some photography, and maybe a coffee in a creative park setting.
And speaking of coffee and architecture, we have to mention the Starbucks Hualien store,星巴克洄瀾門市, in Jian. It's the container ship Starbucks. It was designed by Kengo Kuma, a world-famous Japanese architect.
Oh, Kengo Kuma. He's the one who designed the Olympic Stadium in Tokyo, right? The Starbucks is made of 29 recycled shipping containers stacked in a grid. It looks like a giant game of Jenga. Honestly, it's a bit of a tourist trap because it's always crowded, but it's so unique that you kind of have to go just for the photo.
Okay, Alex, I can't hold back anymore. We've talked about scenery, but my stomach is officially screaming. Let's talk about the food. If someone only has one day in Hualien, what is the one snack they must eat?
That's easy. The bomb scallion pancake, 此当空沟美, 炸弹葱油饼. You go to Fuxing Street, which everyone calls Scallion Pancake Street. The secret is that they deep fry the dough so it puffs up, and they drop an egg in the hot oil so it stays sunny side up inside the crispy crust. When you bite into it, boom, the yolk explodes, hence the name bomb.
Honestly, it's so messy but so worth it. I always end up with yolk on my shirt, but I don't care. And then there's gongjang baoji. These aren't your typical fluffy buns. The skin is thick and Q, that's a Taiwanese term for chewy or bouncy, and the filling is sweet and savory. Plus, they are so cheap.
I'm a huge fan of stinky tofu, and Hualien has a legendary spot, Yuli Bridgehead Stinky Tofu, Yuli Kyoto Chodofu. They use a unique topping shredded radish, pickled cabbage, and basil. Most places don't use basil. It gives it this fresh, herbal kick that cuts through the stink.
And you don't even have to drive all the way to Yuli anymore. They have a branch in Hualien City now. To wash it all down, you need a drink from Miaoku Black Tea, Myoko Honchar. This place is classic. They use traditional steel pipes to transport the cold drinks from the second floor down to the counter. It's like a secret tea delivery system.
I love their Taiwanese macarons, the Sio Sidin. They're these little almond flour pastries that are crunchy on the outside and soft inside. Perfect with a cup of their signature black tea, which is very mellow and sweet.
And before you leave Hualien, you have to get souvenirs. Zengji Mochi, Tungi Mwaji, is the big name. They make it fresh right in front of you. My favorite is the peanut or red bean. They are so soft, they feel like eating a cloud.
All right, so we've spent the day eating and sightseeing. Now the sun goes down. Where are we going?
Dongdaemun Night Market, Dongdaemun Yesher. It's massive. It's actually a combination of 4 different markets: Fudong, Indigenous Peoples Street, Provinces Street, and Zichang Night Market. It's very well organized with wide paved paths, so you don't feel like a sardine in a can.
You have to try the coffin bread guanchaib from Jiang's. It's a thick slice of deep-fried toast, hollowed out and filled with things like black pepper beef or creamy seafood. And for the meat lovers, the first barbecue Diija Kaorotran is famous. Their sauce is a secret family recipe. You might have to wait 30 minutes, but trust me, it's worth every second.
I also love the Linji roasted corn, Linji Mai. They use sticky corn, which has a very different texture than sweet corn. It's chewy and charred to perfection. But the highlight for me at Dongdaemen is the indigenous food. You can get bamboo tube rice, zutong fan, or maka sausages. Maka is a mountain pepper used by the Atayal and Truku people. It tastes like a mix of black pepper, ginger, and lemon.
It's so citrusy. It really changes the flavor of the pork. Okay, Sophia, let's get into the Hualien exclusive part of our episode. The outdoor activities. This is what Hualien is really known for, pushing your limits in nature. Let's start with something cool, literally. River tracing.
River tracing, or suksi, susi. This is basically hiking up a river instead of on a trail. You wear a wetsuit, a helmet, and special felt-soled boots so you don't slip on the wet rocks. The peak season is June to September, but honestly, April and May are great because it's not too hot and the water isn't as crowded.
If you're a beginner, you should go to Sabadang Stream, Kalasi. It's only 15 minutes from the city. The water is crystal clear. There's a natural dam where you can do deep pool diving. Sophia, I remember you being terrified of the 3-meter jump last time.
Hey, I did it eventually. Deep pool diving or cliff jumping is a huge part of the fun. If you want something even more Instagram-worthy, Emerald Valley Fatesway Go is the way to go. You walk through a dark tunnel and come out to these flat, calm waters and the famous Water Curtain Waterfall. It's like a hidden paradise.
For those who want a bit more of a challenge, there's Sanjan South and North Streams, Sanjan Nanxi, Sanjan Beixi. The South Stream has this incredible emerald green water and majestic canyon views. It feels much more primitive and wild. The North Stream is even harder, with these white marble banks that reflect the sunlight. It's absolutely stunning, but definitely requires more stamina. Stamina means your physical strength to keep going for a long time.
And here's a pro tip. Try the night shrimp catching. You go to places like Baibao Stream at night with a headlamp. You can see the river ecosystem under the stars, and usually the tour ends with a barbecue or some hot instant noodles by the water. There is nothing, I mean nothing, that tastes better than hot noodles after being in a cold river.
Totally agree. But if you want the ultimate Hualien adrenaline rush, we have to talk about whitewater rafting on the Xiuguluan River, Xiuguluanxi Fanzhou. This is the big one. It's 24 kilometers long.
24 kilometers. That's like a half marathon, but on water. The journey starts in Rusui and ends at Dagangkou, where the river meets the sea. It usually takes about 3.5 to 4.5 hours, depending on the water level.
The best time is May to October. If you go after big rain, the water is pumping, which means it's moving fast, and the rapids are intense. Rapids are the parts of the river where the water moves very fast over rocks. But if it's the dry season, it's more of a relaxed float, where you can enjoy the scenery.
The trip is divided into stages. You start at Rusui for the safety briefing. Pay attention to the instructors, guys. Then, the first half is relatively mellow, which is the perfect time for the water wars. Every boat carries buckets, and you basically attack every other boat you see with water. You will be soaked within 5 minutes.
And then you hit the Kyumei rest area for lunch. They usually give you a classic railway bento. It's simple pork chop, rice, and egg. But man, after 2 hours of rowing and fighting water wars, it tastes like a 5-star meal.
The second half is the essence of the trip. This is where the rapids are concentrated. There's a place called the Gate of All Things, with huge marble boulders. This is where the flip rate is highest. Flip means the boat turns over. Don't worry, the life jackets and helmets keep you safe, and the instructors are experts.
Speaking of instructors, let's talk about the boats. You have the traditional boat, which is round and slow. Then there's the auto-drainage boat. These are the best, because they have holes in the bottom to let the water out automatically. They are faster and more stable. And then there's the motor pilot boat. The instructors drive these. If your boat gets stuck in a vortex or a whirlpool, they come and pull you out.
It sounds like so much fun, but if you want something a bit more peaceful but still physically demanding, I highly recommend SUP or kayaking at Ching Shui Cliff.
SUP stands for Stand-Up Paddleboarding. It's basically a giant surfboard that you stand on and paddle. The view from the water looking back at the Ching Shui Cliff is, well, it's sublime. It makes you feel so small compared to the mountains.
You have to do the sunrise tour? I know, waking up at 3:30 a.m. sounds like a nightmare, but trust me, being out on the Pacific Ocean as the sky turns from deep purple to fiery orange and then bright gold, it's a spiritual experience.
And the best part? It's not hot. You finish around 8 or 9 a.m., just as the sun starts to get really scorching. You can go back to your B&B, have a big breakfast, and take a nap. It's the perfect schedule.
If you're worried about balance, go with a kayak. It's much more stable, and 2 people can share one boat. You can divide and conquer one-person paddles while the other takes photos. But if you want those cool fitness model photos, SUP is the way to go. Just remember to take your seasickness medicine 30 minutes before you hit the water. Even if you don't usually get motion sickness, the gentle rolling of the ocean waves can get to you after an hour.
Good tip. And finally, for those who want to stay on dry land but still want some speed, let's talk about the ATVs, the all-terrain vehicles, or sand beach cars, shatanche. This has become a huge trend in Hualien lately, especially at Mambo Beach in Jincheng.
Oh, the sky mirror Tankonjigang photos. This is a clever trick. The instructors use a large mirror placed on the ground and specific camera angles to create a perfect reflection of the sky and you on your ATV. It looks like you're standing on a lake in the clouds.
It's not just about the photos, though. The ride itself is a blast. You're racing through the coastal forests, splashing through shallow water, and navigating S-curves in the sand. There are a few famous shops, like 2B Sky Mirror at Mambo Beach. They have these elaborate props like Stairway to Heaven or transparent swings.
If you're at Chongda Beach, near the Ching Shui Cliff, Mo's Sky Mirror is a great choice because you get the cliff as your background. Some places even offer combo tours where you can do ATVs in the morning and SUP in the afternoon.
Wow. Hualien really has it all. Whether you're a foodie, a history buff, or an adrenaline junkie, you're going to find something you love.
Adrenaline junkie? I like that. That's someone who loves the rush of excitement from doing dangerous or fast activities. I think after this trip, even our listeners will become adrenaline junkies.
Honestly, I'm ready to book my train ticket right now. But before we wrap up, a few practical tips for Hualien. Book your train tickets early. The Taroko Expresses and Puyuma trains sell out fast, especially on weekends. Rent a car or a scooter. Hualien is big, and public transport isn't as frequent as in the city. Bring sunscreen and bug spray. The little black flies Singo Heiwen in Hualien are legendary for their bites.
Oh, those flies are the worst. They are tiny midges, and you won't even feel them biting until it's too late. Wear long sleeves or use a repellent specifically designed for them.
Well, I think we've covered just about everything, from the deep marble gorges of Taroko to the exploding yolks of scallion pancakes, and from the rushing rapids of the Sioguluan River to the peaceful sunrise over the Pacific.
It's been an absolute blast sharing this with you, Alex. I hope our listeners feel inspired to visit Hualien and practice their English while they're at it.
Definitely. If you have any questions or want to share your own Hualien stories, let us know. But for now, that's it from Taiwan Explorers.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye, everyone. Stay adventurous.